Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My name is Amira Batrisha binti Abdul Rahim. My matric number is 26D1821F2015. Alright, I do this presentation with my partner, Jahaslina binti Jahabarullah. So we choose the title for presentation is Travel. In this presentation, we will present you 4 points in here. The first one, we will talk about what is travel. We will tell you what is travel actually. And the second one, why do we travel? The reason travel, we will present to you what the reason you travel. The third one, benefits of traveling and disadvantage. And the fourth one, and conclusion of travel. Actually, what is travel? Before going further and deeper, let me tell you the simple definition of meaning of travel. Okay, travel simply means the action of going from one place to another. When you're moving towards anywhere, it refers to as a travel. Okay, it is the act of traveling or moving. Being an action, it also needs to involve a way, which means how you travel. This can be either by foot or using some means of transportation like bicycle, car, bus, train, plane, ship, and others. Okay, there's a lot of example of travel, like travel on journey, travel on trip, travel to see friends, travel to meet, travel time on the journey to that place. Alright, for more information, I'll pass it to my group mate.
Good morning, teachers and friends. Today we would like to present for our oral session on the topic of travel. I am Jasmina binti Jahabarullah. My note entry is 2608221F2003. And I will give you a brief reason of our topics. Well, let's go to the slides. Well, we all have our reason for traveling. Traveling to leave our world a better place. Why do we travel? Because when we travel responsibly and open ourselves up to the people we meet in these new places, we can form relationships across borders, countries, and even language. Those relationships humanize the people that otherwise would have been a part of our relationships with the world. Second is travel to meet different cultures. Why is it important to travel and experience different cultures? Travel brings people from different cultures and naturalists together, allowing us to get to know each other a little better and live prosperous natures in the dust. Travel is fatal to produce bigotry and narrow-mindedness, and it's just as true now as it was in his time. And third is travel to learn. How can travel help you learn? Travel teach you confidence, independence, and freedoms. It boosts your self-awareness and problem-solving skills. Travel shows you that you can negative from country, make a new friend, and overcome difficult situations. What skills do you learn from traveling? Is a list of 4 careless skills that will only get better when you travel. Communicative skills, teamwork, stress management, and visualizations. Okay, next. Travel to relax. Why is travel relaxing? Because travels promote happiness and helps to take your mind off stressful situations. This leads to lower cortisol levels, make you feel more calm and content. Next, travel to explore. Travel to explore. Why do people travel and explore? Is traveling that us out of comfort zones and inspire us to see, taste, and new things. It can challenging us not only to adapt to and experience new surroundings. And next is, what is a bucket list in your life? If you have never heard of the term bucket list, it is a list of all goals you want to achieve, dream you want to fulfill, and life experience you wish to experience before you die.
The next point is benefits of traveling. Alright, the first one is to achieve peace of mind. Traveling can disconnect you from your daily routine. Once you break the repetitive pattern, pack your bags and hit the road, your mind can reset. Seeing new places, meeting new people, overcoming various challenges may even help you appreciate what you have left behind. It can help you take a step back and think about things and people you miss. You can get a better perspective on your life and remember all the good things. The second one is enhance your creativity. This is one of the biggest benefits of traveling is that it takes you out of your comfort zone. Especially if you are traveling to a place you have never visited before. Everything seems fresh and new. New stimuli attack all your senses. You see new landscapes and experience vivid colors. You hear new music, people speak an unknown language in the street, which overflow with the new scent smell, the smell and taste of new food. Even the small challenges are welcome. How do you hold chopstick? How do you bargain at the market? How do you find a way around? Okay, traveling introduce novelty to your brain and improve cognition. Once you face new challenges, you need to be resourceful to find a solution. New neural connections are created in the brain as a result, and they engender new original thought. So once you return home, you can use all these stimuli and creativeness to generate new ideas in your old job. Next, it can improve your communication skill. Are you a fan of international travel? Do you prefer remote and exotic locations? Then you have probably been to places where your native language is not spoken. Sometimes you need to be quiet ingenious when trying to relate with the locals. At one point, you realize that every attempt to find a place or buy something involves a lot of pointing and gesturing, but gradually you pick up words. Okay. Another advantage of traveling is that you also interesting. Once you get back home, everyone will want to hear you about your adventures and the new friend you found, or hear the new words you learned. Next one is going travel can boost your confidence. Traveling is a new land has its benefit, but it also comes with challenge. I have heard my share of scary stories. A huge bull blocking the narrow mountain path you have taken. A rickshawman takes a side street and suddenly you find yourself in a gloomy slum. You ask the local for direction and they take you to the neighborhood chief who looks like a gangster in movies. And what is really scary is that you are alone in an unknown place. You cannot rely on friends and relatives or even on your language skill. This is how traveling forces you to be resourceful and teach you how to cope with obstacles. Overcoming various challenges turn to scary story into an adventure and boost your confidence. You even feel better prepared for the challenges waiting for you back home. With travel, you can make memories. Real life education is more memorable because it is personal and our memories are part of who we are, part of our identity. What is more positive memories we revisit often? Open one of your photo albums and a minute later you will realize you are smiling while going through the pictures. You see happy faces and funny moments shared with friends and family. You see yourself cheerful and filled with energy, and you relive this happiness. Okay, remember eating with chopstick for the first time? West End and the gorgeous musicals, the tiny second-hand bookshop on Kendall Street. These cherished memories are precious story you can tell your children or grandchildren one day, and they will be vivid of them as they are for you. Disadvantage of traveling. I'm going to tell you 4 points of this, and My partner will continue with. Okay, the first one is traveling abroad can be very expensive. This point is very obvious. Flights and hotels can get very expensive unless you are ready to be very flexible with travel dates and compromise your time and comfort. Another important thing you consider is that prices for basic things such as groceries, accommodation, and transportation abroad can be very different from the prices back at home. Okay, there are some websites such as Numbeo where you can check out the cost of living for a specific city. My advice is to always check things up front. Sometimes it is cheaper to get money in the local currency directly from an ATM, but sometimes ATMs have some fees for foreign credit cards. Next is unexpected costs and emergency. When traveling abroad, you being far away from your home, extra costs may appear which you didn't take into consideration. One of the main reasons for your unexpected costs might be an accident and following medical treatment. If your domestic health insurance doesn't cover medical treatment abroad, it is important to have travel health insurance. It is usually not that expensive and can be very helpful abroad. Another common source of extra cost is car rental. Most people rent cars abroad with cheap insurance which does not cover most of the things. I highly recommend renting a car with a full insurance. It is more expensive, but you will be sure that renting out of a car abroad will not cost you a fortune if you have accident or even a small scratch. The next one is language barrier. If you speak English, you will probably be fine in many countries in the world, especially in very tourist location. But if you decide to go some exotic destination or off the beaten path, you might have some language problems. Okay, generally, the more foreign languages you speak, the better it is for traveling abroad. But the majority of people speak, on average, only 2 until 3 languages fluently. As a solution, you can always hire a local guide to help you out. I recommend hiring local guides directly without any middlemen and big corporations. This way can better compete the local economy. The last point from me is cultural shock and adaptation to foreign customs. Different countries have different cultures and costumes. This is especially true about how people dress, how they communicate, and how they behave. For example, in Islamic countries, women are expected to cover their body and their head. This is very different from some European countries, where you can walk around half naked with pink tongues and nobody will pay attention or say anything. In some countries, you are not supposed to sit next to a taxi driver as a woman. You have to sit at the back seat. In some Asian countries, there are big fines for eating and drinking in public transportation. I recommend doing some research about the custom of that country you are traveling and getting prepared. It is also important to respect other cultures, and adapt accordingly. Alright, that's all from me. Now I'll pass it to my partner.
Disadvantages of travel is having long flights. Long flights can be very expensive. All the things related to the flight, such as getting to the airports, passport and visa checks, flight transfer and baggage claims, and very tiring and stressful. It is of ourselves stressful when everything gets smoothly, but sometimes bad surprise happen. For example, your flight may get cancelled or delayed, and you may miss your next flights like that. Next, disadvantages of traveling is different time zones and being jet-lagged. People usually don't take the time difference seriously, but in reality, big difference in the time zones may affect your health and sleep. As a result, you may feel jet-lagged from few days and not be able to function normally. You won't be able to sleep at night and will be very tired during the day. If you travel very often the different time zones, this might seriously affect your health. And lastly is disadvantages of traveling is different food and water quality. The food and water quality abroad may be very different from the one in your hometown, to which your body is used to. It doesn't necessarily mean the food and water quality abroad is worse. It just means that it is different and our body may have some issues processing it. And last is a conclusion of traveling. Traveling without money can actually be more fun and educational than taking a luxury vacation. You get to interact with people, meet fellow travelers, broaden your culture, horizons. So if you really want to see the world, it's not only possible, but with very little planning, it's possible right now. And do it long you can, and space the opportunity, and it definitely can help you learn. Thank you.